I'm Rebecca.
And Scott.
27 years old.
I'm 30.
And we've been married for 6 years. And I was diagnosed with cervical cancer 12 months ago. They wanted me to have chemotherapy and radiotherapy as soon as possible, but I wanted to get the eggs out first because I thought obviously if you have radiotherapy you'll be infertile afterwards. So we got the eggs out, and obviously that was, the doctors didn't want me to do that. They didn't give me any help and advice on what I should be doing, whether I should be doing that at all. They just seemed very adamant, I've got cancer, I need to get my treatment. They weren't looking at the whole me, and the whole me needed a baby. It was more important to me that I went down that road than the cancer road, really.
Sex after treatment was quite difficult to start off with, obviously, especially as Rebecca had an internal radiotherapy. It caused massive scar tissue inside her.
A week after my internal radiotherapy, they said that I had to start using these dilators. Again, when they told me that, I said, okay, you're going to need to sit me down and show me them and talk about it and everything. Which they arranged, my radiotherapist arranged for me to talk to a lady. But also after after the radiotherapy, it was all ripped in there, as you can imagine, and it really hurt to urinate, let alone do anything physical.
It was quite difficult sexually, wasn't it, really? Really was, wasn't it?
In the beginning it was quite hard to start having sex with Scott again, because obviously every time he'd move and it would touch the scar tissue, because obviously all down the sides I had all scar tissue. Every time he'd touch something that hurt, obviously I would scream because it hurt so much, and obviously then poor Scott was completely put off because he didn't want to hurt me. I healed up for the next couple of days and then we'd try again, and he'd go in just a little bit further. And it was just literally tiny, weeny little movements. Every week we were doing it and just persevering with it and talking all the way through about how we were feeling with it. And then eventually, after a few months, it got okay. And then, you know, as time went by, a year on, we're just about back to normal. My advice for women that have just been diagnosed is don't just go to the hospital and just deal with the physical side of it, you know, getting the treatment, doing the chemo. Obviously go to Macmillan for the emotional side of the support, and just talk to everybody, get as much advice and support that you can. We had 12 embryos removed, and hopefully
A year on from now we might have a baby, or on the way to having one, which would be fantastic, won't it? So